All right, Miss Purdy. Well, happy anniversary to you.
And us, really. It's not just me. You said I do as well. Right?
Indeed I did. I did say it.
You're not retracting this statement, are you?
No, I'm in. I'm all in. It's one thing you don't have to worry about. I am 100% your man.
For better or for worse.
Congratulations. After my inspirational talk in Cincinnati this week, one person said to me, I play in a band also, but I always live in fear of putting that out for my clients to see because I'm not sure what they'll think of me in that regard. And my answer to that is, I believe that you have to be your authentic self.
Charles Marin and Outside Reality.
All right.
What is your goal in life? I ask that because I was flying back from Cincinnati and I had an opportunity to have some time in my own thoughts and in my own mind. And first and foremost, what comes to mind to me is that happiness is the number one goal of my existence. To get through these days, look back and say, I was so happy.
And be a part of, that I believe that if you just literally embrace it as your dream and live your dream and be your dream, you never run out of creative ideas and you never run out of opportunities to find business and grow as an artist.
He's all mine, ladies.
Yes, congratulations. You are really living the dream. I gotta check the door.
And then you gotta check to make sure you have your wallet and your phone.
I have my wallet and my phone, but then I ran out of my office because I didn't know if I was in a hurry.
I don't think so. It's usually me I'm running back for, so.
So I cannot deny last night was a pretty cool experience. My band performed live at a local television station, and it will be aired once it's edited down, which is pretty sweet. We had a live studio audience, and we were interviewed by kind of a local Connecticut-based guru who is a DJ that runs Homegrown on WESU. He interviewed us live as well. Music has always been a big part of who I am, and it's really cool now to see it come to full circle, where I'm back in the band, and I have a career as a professional photographer that's pretty exciting. And about 7 or 8 years ago, I lived next door to a painter in New York who kept trying to get me to paint with him side by side. And I was doing these little films with him in New York City for a couple of years, and just these little goofy things that were fun. And finally one day he put a painting canvas in front of me. He's like, paint. I'm like, I can't even draw. But he taught me that you don't need to know how to draw to know how to paint. You can allow the paint to guide you. And so that's kind of how I just evolved into painting in my own style. And good afternoon, everyone. My wife and I went different directions this week, which happens pretty often. So where are we going? Hartford?
We are going to the place where it all began.
Oh, yes, the Goodwin Hotel.
The Goodwin Hotel, and it's been closed for a while, and it's been all redone. It still has that beautiful atrium that we were celebrating our wedding in, but...
Yep.
But we're gonna go to like a little restaurant for maybe a glass of wine to celebrate.
Okay.
And then we're going to Theater Works. I've never been there.
We've never been there, so this is cool.
So we'll go see a play.
Well, thank you for piecing something lovely together, Miss Purdy.
You're very welcome, Charles.
That's very nice of you.
So I see a lot of old friends in here tonight. And got a lot of old friends back here. So we appreciate you being here. And this song goes out to all of you, and as well as anybody who's out on the internet, some old friends out there too, we know of. And this song also goes out to some old friends that we've lost, and we miss them. And I say that because so many people will ask me,
Is your business scalable? You know, my goal is not to focus on scaling my business. My goal is to focus on being able to do what I love the most and own a home, cars, and have all the things that I want. Travel in my life, be able to spend more time with my family. That's the goal of being an entrepreneur, in my opinion. I got another Together in Style vlog out the door. We are at chapter 56?
56?
65?
65?
65. I don't know. One of those.
That's a
Imagine
lot.
that. That's a lot of energy. A lot of sharing.
But that's kind of what it's all about. I mean, it's so fun to be able to kind of communicate what it is that we do and the behind the thought and the process of it all. And then, of course, we get to kind of say our thanks to our friends and family.
And we get to capture our own lives. You know, if you don't tell your own story, who's gonna? So,
Well, you might as well tell your own story before someone else does.
touche.
Ooh, wow.
That's a good one. We also got to work with Lisa Catherine. She is a local concert producer, I guess, if you will, and she works with her own nonprofit called Music with Purpose. And so lots of charitable things that she does. So it was cool to get to work with her. And it looks like we'll have some other opportunities coming up in the future to do that as well and do some charitable things. So pretty cool evening, to say the least. And so I'm just going to get it out in the open. By the end of this program, once we get into the photography, video, painting, music, and everything else that I'm going to share with you today, you're going to realize, yes, I'm the crazy artist in town. And I like that because I have found that regardless of the clientele that I'm seeking, the highest end clients I have to the everyday client, they would much rather work with somebody that's interesting and bizarre and creative than somebody who's a stuck-up photographer. Once you start looking and thinking, I have to have the biggest idea in the world or it's not worth doing, you've missed the opportunity to follow your passion and follow your dreams and to make your work, your life's work, fun and enjoyable. All right, who's calling me? Oh boy.
Oh boy. Hello?
Hello?
This is a vital call for a particular reason. It has been brought to our attention that your Google Plus profile is...
Oh, goodness
Phone call completed.
me. How many
Jive
times
turkeys,
does
calling
that
all the
happen?
time, huh? You know, now that I've got, a collection of paintings, I want to find a way to kind of blend and marry the painting and the art and music together and try to create some experiences beyond just the music, but to have some art and music experiences that we can roll out in 2018. So that's kind of exciting. Cincinnati went good. Everybody seemed to really enjoy the presentation and...
Well, I knew that they did. I mean, you definitely were very positive in your energy after and before the presentation that you gave. And then
I put some energy into it, so...
Well, I know you did. You really did put in a lot of hard work, but also it was just nice to have validation, because it's always nice to, put it this way, if you really like something from somebody, take the time to say thank you, because getting that email before you got home
That was a
from
nice email to
somebody
get.
saying that they really enjoyed your presentation and
Said
that
it was A+.
you made it the whole conference for them.
So think about that. Just because your idea may not be the biggest idea, you may not be the next Amazon, the next Jeff Bezos, the next Tesla, the next Elon Musk. Maybe your idea is not that big. But by being able to do what you love each day, being able to wake up and say, I can't wait to get to the canvas. I can't wait to get behind the camera. I can't wait to travel and be able to see the world in a creative light because I am a visionary. I can see the world differently than others. You don't want to miss out on that opportunity either.
So how your music inspires your painting and your painting inspires your music now that you're doing both? Do you find yourself painting differently or or doing music differently because of an art piece that you?
Yeah, you know, it's
does it change the way you're writing a song because of one will influence the other?
I think all art influences where you're going. You know, being a painter made me a better professional photographer. It's the study of light and composition just on an epic scale. So now when I go out and I'm, on an assignment as a photographer, I look at things differently. I look for things differently. But also in the music, yes, absolutely. It influences my music creatively as well. I don't think we could argue that this is probably the most fascinating time in photography, in video, in imaging in the history of the world. We are witnessing a renaissance of art right now. And it is probably the most significant art movement in the history of the world. I love inspiring people. And so anytime I can give a talk and lift people up, because I know that there's a lot of photographers and a lot of artists in general who feel down in the dumps or feel discouraged because technology has taken over so much of the industry.
I think people just in general feel that way.
I think you're right. A lot of business owners.
It's not just photographers or artists. I think that people just in general just get weighed down with the realities of life and how technology is just happening so quickly, and it's tiring. It's exhausting. So
it can be.
To put it in a perspective of, enjoying the journey, not feeling discouraged, and, inspiring people is amazing.
Choose wisely if you are considering being an entrepreneur, and choose something that's going to move you, that's going to be your passion in life. Well, also, it's building, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, and you're going to build a company, everybody says do what you love, and yes, that is the answer, do what you love, but at the end of the day, it has to be more than that. You have to have a vision of what you want to do. Do you want to be conquering the world? Is that your goal? You want to make as much money as possible? Or do you truly do it because it brings you the most joy?
So this is it. This is where we got married 19 years ago. We came down that staircase and we danced right in the center over there, and it was the most spectacular day of my life. It was so beautiful. And I'm so happy that we had to be back here. Crying like a baby during this play.
Yeah.
You were only crying because it pulled out.
Number one, my drink wasn't full.
Well, I thought that was the first reason you were crying, without a doubt.
Number two, it wasn't actually an enjoyable play.
I gotta say, it was a
because
really,
I cried the whole time.
It was a very tricky emotion. I felt like I was at like a psychiatrist.
Felt like I was getting married. You know that feeling you get when she's walking down the aisle and you're like, I'm holding on.
It's for real.
I'm holding on. Just crying out this eye, crying out that eye.
It was very psychologically endearing.
Boy, that was something. That was heavy. Back home in Connecticut after being in Cincinnati and giving a speech. It was a good time. Thank you everybody who came. I had so much fun with you guys. Met so many nice people out there, and it was just cool to be able to give an inspirational talk on living your dream, being your dream as a professional photographer, artist, filmmaker, whatever type of creativity that you're into. And so a blessing to be a part of that. And now I'm happy though, get to go home, see my wife. It's our anniversary tomorrow, and then it's Valentine's Day, so should be a nice couple of days ahead. We have photography overlapping with video, video overlapping with photography. We have the ability to go home, if you're a musician, for instance, engineer your own and produce your own music right on a laptop computer. You can integrate video for that to have music videos produced. A single person can do so many things now that it is absolutely mind-blowing. And so that is kind of the modern artist, in my opinion, taking advantage of all that we have at our fingertips.
It was heavy. Yes, you are correct.
Goodness gracious.
But it was supposed to be about love and about taking chance and about knowing that Everything is already existing for you. You got a green light. You got a green light.
I know,
You
but
got a green light.
that's a pothole. I can't
Okay, I'm just saying.
fly across the
I didn't
pothole.
know if you thought that you had a red light because there's a red light to the left.
I just
of you.
can't go 100 miles an hour. This ain't no four-wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah. Maybe we should go watch the play again.
Maybe we should just end it here. This is the end of it. In our 19th anniversary,
we decided.
you took me to see a play.
We did
and
a
it
full
was,
circle.
Yeah.
We did a
This is full circle.
Great. I should never have planned.
Yeah, you messed up.
I never should have planned this.
And we're at this weird intersection of human ideas, art, science, technology, all happening at once. And regardless of what income we see from it, it is probably the most fascinating time to be involved with the camera than any time in the history of photography.
Let's give it up, Charles Berry, Outside Reality.